A growth mindset means that we have an attitude of continual improvement. Every moment is a moment we can learn and grow. Welcome to the Drew Coaching Podcast. This is Season 2, Episode 3, Continuous Learning and Improvement. We're focused on making every moment an opportunity to learn and grow. Drew Coaching is a community of leaders and creatives who are shaping the future. My name is Eric Drew, and I'm a podcaster and coach. I've always served at the intersection of leadership and creativity, and so I love that you're joining us for this season of the podcast. We're focused on teaching, mentoring, coaching. Each week, in 10 minutes or less, we'll learn about something to grow those around us. If you're new to the podcast, welcome. I want to give a shout out to those who have subscribed and are joining us from Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So great to have you. You can find all of the show notes at drewcoaching.online. If you want to follow up or an outline of the episode content and questions, I share a little bit more on TikTok and Instagram. I'd love to connect with you there. We're growing on TikTok this month, so thank you for liking and sharing and checking that out. So this month, we've been focused on teaching. First, starting with strengths, and then last week we learned a new process for practice. If you haven't listened to the new process for practice, I recommend that you pause this now, you go back and listen. This week is a follow-up, and our growth focus is every moment is the opportunity to learn and grow. If you remember, our process for practice has 4 steps. Ask what's important this time, let them do it, let them reflect on their learning, and then give concise feedback. This sets us up well either for structured practice time, like one-on-one with a student or someone we supervise, or modeling and practicing in a large or small group. This is also a method you can learn for less formal situations. You might see someone struggling with a project, or connect with someone after a meeting, or maybe proactively work with someone before a presentation that they have. All of these formal and informal situations for practice are great. And this week, I want you to find more and more informal situations for practice and improvement, because every moment is the opportunity to learn and grow. I want to give you some quick background and then a few actions that all of us can take. A fixed mindset is the belief that one's abilities, intelligence, and talents are static traits that cannot be significantly changed. People with a fixed mindset avoid challenges to maintain the appearance of being competent. They might give up easily when faced with obstacles. They might see effort as fruitless. They might ignore feedback and feel threatened by the success of others. A fixed mindset leader may resist change, avoid taking risks, and view failures as a reflection of their inherent limitations, instead of opportunities for learning and improvement. A growth mindset is the belief that one's abilities can be developed and strengthened through dedication, hard work, and a commitment to learning. People with a growth mindset embrace challenges as opportunities to learn. They persist in the face of setbacks. They see effort as the path to mastery. They learn from criticism and find lessons and inspiration in the success of others. A growth mindset welcomes change, encourages innovation, views failures as stepping stones to success, and fosters a culture of continuous improvement and development with those around them. I want you to strengthen your growth mindset for yourself and for others. This happens formally through teaching and practice opportunities, and informally through watercooler conversations, impromptu meetings, and just other opportunities when you run into somebody. So here are 3 actions you can take to strengthen your growth mindset for yourself and others. First, see and frame challenges and limitations as opportunities. You can get a free whole lesson, Seeing Possibilities, with my mini course, Leadership Creativity Impact Essentials, and we'll link to that in the show notes. But when it comes to teaching and learning, you are going to see where people need to improve. When you do, it's tempting to just get frustrated or just tell people what to do. Instead, remember what we said about the process for practice. Invite self-discovery and repetition. Any challenge or limitation is the opportunity for practice and improvement. You might have to say that out loud to yourself. Any challenge or limitation is the opportunity for practice and improvement. Making this shift for ourselves is a non-negotiable step to raise up and empower others. Next, I want you to lay out a path for structured improvement. Phil Haig was my trumpet teacher from 4th through 8th grade, and he shaped my learning, practice, and leadership for the rest of my life. When you start studying music, you work through a number of different method books to learn and improve. They're full of exercises and melodies which start as one line and gradually and over time they get longer and longer and harder and harder. Phil had this way of doing check marks to assign 4 or 5 exercises each week. I practiced these 4 or 5 during the week, and then in my next lesson, I played through each one. He'd give me feedback, and when that line or exercise was good enough, he'd cross the check mark off and we'd go to the next thing. Identifying 4 or 5 melodies or lines for the next week, I'd practice them, I'd come in, I'd show him my progress and get feedback, and this became a rhythm of my life. So I want you to help others see and identify, maybe if you're a formal teacher, you can just assign the next few steps, exercises, practice areas for people. Over weeks and months, people will make significant progress. In my trumpet lessons, we completed about 1 method book per year by laying out a structured path for improvement week after week. Finally, I want you to commit to your own learning. I found that when I am learning and growing, I want to share it with other people. Whether you're a reader or podcast listener, whether you structure 30 minutes of learning at the same time every day, or you just take it when you need a break for your brain, recommit to your own learning. A growth mindset says that you can grow and progress, and others can grow and progress. Take the time first for yourself to stay learning. So this week, we strengthen our growth mindset. We're going to see every moment as an opportunity to learn and grow. You are going to see and frame challenges and limitations as opportunities. You're going to lay out a structured plan for growth. You're going to commit to your own learning. Here are 3 quick questions as you get going. What is your normal reaction when you see others having challenges and limitations? What tools do you have to lay out the next steps for learning and growth? How is your personal learning and growth going right now? How might you strengthen it? You can find all of these tools, as well as a free mini course, which includes the lesson on seeing possibilities, in the show notes at drewcoaching.online. I'd also love to see and hear you over on Instagram and TikTok this week as you're practicing and learning. Hey, I want to thank you for journeying with us. You're a leader. You're a creative. The world needs your voice. So this week, see every moment as an opportunity for growth and practice. As you're doing that, raise up others, bring hope to life. Remember, we are in this together.